I'm Emma Roodhouse. I'm a curator at Colchester and Ipswich Museums and a researcher into Constables' early years here in Suffolk.
My name's John Day. I run the East Anglian Traditional Arts Centre, and I was asked along for a really pleasant day looking at Constable country.
Rainbow. the sun and the rain.
Yeah.
There's a bird of prey over there. Is that a massive bird of prey?
Yeah, just sat there on this
Were you talking about a rainbow? And look behind us now then.
Yeah. Oh no!
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, rainbows were a favourite subject, weren't they?
Indeed.
They
yeah.
were painted, well, obviously in the big Salisbury Cathedral painting, but there's a nice early sketch of a double rainbow across East Bergholt.
Yep.
So yeah, that's nice to see.
And it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, it'll
Yes.
come back. Yeah.
I think we were talking a little bit off mic earlier, but about how the landscape has changed. You were saying back in the day of Constable it would have been more wooded.
I believe so, yes. Certainly his pictures show it more heavily wooded.
So what wildlife featured in Constable paintings then?
Well, obviously bird life, so we've got more hens, and there's a kingfisher that features in the Millstream painting, just sort of hovering above the water.
Yes,
Yeah.
he makes a feature of a moorhen taking off, which is very good. He's running on the water. It's a very good bit of observation.
Horses, working horses, obviously, form a part of paintings around the loch and along the river. So the leaping horse, I suppose, being one of the most famous.
Yes, the barges
Yeah.
would have been horse-drawn, and the pathway, the towpath, changes sides of the river. Sometimes it's on the north, sometimes south, and the horse was trained to jump onto the foredeck of the barge and cross the river and then jump off on the other bank. And then the leaping horse is leaping one of the fences that has to run down to the river to stop the cattle wandering. So the horses had quite a good range of skills to operate in those days.
And the Constable family themselves were, they had a sort of menagerie of dogs and cats and, in their domestic pets, as it were, because they crop up in their name. The names of them crop up in the family letters. So I think his brother, younger brother Abram, had a dog called Pickle, all sorts of things like that.
Yes, donkeys on the heath, Hampstead Heath. There's donkeys on the heath, and obviously horses and carts appear a lot. I don't recall any carriages and horses.
No.
Oh yes, there is. There's
Was there?
one looking down from Hampstead toward London. You see the back of a
yeah,
carriage going
yeah.
with St Paul's in the distance.
Yeah, small.
He was known as the natural painter, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it declares that very early on that he, there's room enough for a natural painter.
That's right.
And that's in 1802
Yeah.
when he has his first sort of just display of an artwork in London at the Royal Academy.
And you get that impression that his love for the natural environment really does come through in his paintings, and that's sort of what influenced him to really capture the essence of this whole area.
Yes, yeah. That he has a real love for the natural environment, and making those observations, but they also reflect, his feelings and emotions. I think it doesn't need to say about the sky being the chief organ of
Indeed,
sentiment.
In the early 1820s, he was doing sky study after sky study just to capture the effects. And he knew from the early Dutch artists that the sky was very important to the composition of a picture. So probably by 1825 the whole picture was like an orchestra coming together really well. All the different sections were playing their part.
And he spent a lot of time working on the skies, didn't he?
Oh yes, yeah, and often changed them. You can see there's changes in the skies between the working up sketches and then the full-size sketch and then the final picture. There's often changes in the sky.
He even comes up with his own sort of terminology for it, saying that he's skying, which is, his paintings of the sky. So.